All right. I got 500 ones. They look like they're probably fairly new, so I don't think I'm going to be finding any older things in here, but we're still going to be looking for star notes and fancy serial numbers. So I will check back. Oh, that was a trinary at least. All right. I'll check back with you here in a minute. I'm going to go through first strap of 100, and I will check back with you and let you know what I find. So I will talk to y'all, and I'll be looking for star notes, fancy serial numbers, older notes, and anything else of interest. So I will talk to you here in a minute. All right, I'm done with the first stack. There wasn't hardly anything in there interesting at all. I got a high number, 959, trying to get as close to 9. God, was that be 96 million? Yeah, 96 million is possible. This is 95,900,000. And we got a low number. It starts with two zeros. Not low enough to be really low, but lowest one I ran into. All right, so I'm going to do the next strap, and I will check back with you and let you know what I find. Talk to you in a minute. All right, I'm done with the next batch. Still no star notes. I did find an older note. We found a 1995 note made in Fort Worth. I series, but that eye is kind of blurry. I don't know if that's after mint damage. I mean, the thing is 30 years old. Sorry. The other notes I have that I pulled out. This one here starts off three threes. I've been trying to get them. I know I have them with zeros, ones, and nines. I think this is the first one that starts off with three threes. I'm trying to get one that has for each digit. This one here is five twos. You got the four twos in a row, and it starts off with the two, and it's also a trinary. So it's a five of a kind trinary. This one here is an alternating nine, 89, 49, 1909. So, and this one right here is another trinary. Three sixes, three ones, two fours. So got a couple of trinaries, or trinary, a trinary five of a kind. One leads up, leading threes or fours, alternating nines, and then the 1995. I didn't find a higher or lower number. So we got that. So I got three more straps to go through. So I'm going to go through the next strap. I'll check back with you here in a minute. All right, we're done with the next batch. Here was the top one there. It is a trinary, one off being a binary. If that four would have been an eight or a nine, it would have been a binary. But we got five nines and a trinary. So that goes with that one there. We have this one here's a trinary. Four twos, three fives, and an eight. So this one's just a regular trinary. And we'll put that one there with that one. And we got another 1995 bill. Again, made in Fort Worth. This one's a J, so we got an I and a J now. So that's it. I got two more stacks to go through. We're still looking for our first star note. So I will check back with you here after I get done with the next strap. Talk to you in a minute. Okay, I'm done with the fourth strap, and we got a new low number. Now I see somebody calling all these zip code numbers. This isn't a zip code, not a valid zip code, but it is our new low number. It's under 100,000. It's 54,578. So that's a new low number. We have a five of a kind, but this one's not a trinary, but it has five fives in it. So put that over here. And we have what looks to be two birthday notes, but they're ancient dates. This one's 54702, and to the best of my knowledge, God, what was it? A military triumph for Wak Jalam Chan. And I think she's also known as Lady Six Sky, female ruler of the Maya city of Saal. That happened in January this year, but nothing happened on this date, so not worth keeping. This one right here, 3/11/1703, a little bit more current. Still nothing interesting that happened on that day, but 9 days after that, we had the 47 Ronin. This story, the Ronins committed 46 of the 47 Ronins committed suicide, or the Harry Carey, or whatever they call it. God, I got that up here. Uh, Seppuku is what they call it. Ritual suicide, uh, as recompense for avenging their master's death. That happened on March 20th, and this note's March 11th. So 9 days after that, the finale of this movie happened. Not sure how accurate that movie is, but I might hang on to this one for a while just for grins. These are going back in the stack. I got one more strap to go through. Hopefully, we'll find a star note. We still hadn't found one of those, so wish me luck. I'll check back with you after I get done. Talk to you in a minute. All right, I'm going to do this take two because the mic cut out last time. So I'm done with the strap searches. We had a star note hunt with no star notes found. So um, the last strap I got another 5 of a kind non-sequential. So I'm going to put that here with the other 5 of a kinds non-sequential. Yeah. I'm going to learn how to speak. I got a flipper finally, 069066689. You flip it over, and you got 68996 or 0690. So be better if the 8 wasn't in there, but still pretty fun. So that's a fun one to have. And we got probably the find of the thing. We got 5 zeros in a row. And luckily it's at the end. So this is 64,900,000. Or 64,900,000 is the serial number. So, and it's wrinkled a lot. It's been crumpled up and used and abused, but that's a find in the note. The other good finds were the two 1995 notes, and on the 1995 notes, and this is true on the 95, the 93, and the 88As. If you look right here, or this is also true for all current ones, but one part's only good for those. If you look at the little plate number, that's what plate number it is. If there's an FW in front of it, like there is here, FWB and then a number, FWB and then a number. The B can be anything, but if it starts off with an FW, it was printed in Fort Worth. Fort Worth started making notes on the 88A run. If it's just a large letter like that, it can be, other letters. I've seen D and C's and stuff like that. So if it's just a letter and then the number after it, it was made in Washington at the Bureau of Printing and Engraving in Washington. Now, if it's just a number, that means it's a web note. Web notes are worth, in used condition, $10 to $15. Some of them are a little bit rare and worth like double that. Web notes will also have, if you look on the back here, there's a plate number right there on the normal notes. Web notes will have the plate number up here above the 1. So that's something to keep a look out if you get ones from 88A, 93, and 95. Our other finds are, this one's the alternating 9s. The 47 Ronin note, one that starts off 4 3s. And then we have, this one's 94, 98, 99, 89. Oh, almost an alternating 9, but it's a trinary. Has 5 9s, 2 8s, and a 4. So that's a trinary, 5 of a kind trinary. This is a 5 of a kind trinary, 2 5s and 8s. Make sure I got these where you can see them. This one's a trinary, just regular trinary. This is a 5 of a kind trinary too. Oh, I'm going to move that one. I got that with the wrong ones. 5 of a kind trinaries go right there. That one's 5 2s, 2 8s, and a 9. Then we got just a trinaries, 4 6s and 1s. Uh, this one isn't a trinary. Did I have another trinary? 174. Nope. This is five of a kind, not together, five of a kind, not together, and then the flipper note. So that's what we got. So please like, share, subscribe. And also my low note. I'm going to be hanging on to this one. It's not really worth anything. The real low notes are only 3 digits here, or 5 leading zeros. Like if that was 5 leading zeros, this note would be worth $50 to $100 probably, maybe in that condition probably. But 3 leading zeros isn't really low enough to be paid for, and that's another thing. Don't pay for anything here or here. And this high note isn't high enough to worry about, so that one's going back. This is the entry level for something you'd want to pay money for. Everything else, I find a lot of these searching through notes. So take the money you spend on buying them online or something like that, take it to the bank, get a bunch of ones, go through them. If you don't find anything, take them back to the bank, get different ones, or take them to one branch, go back to your original branch, keep going through ones. Try not to look through the same ones over and over again. Drop them off at one branch and pick them up at a different one. That way you're not going through the same ones all the time, but just go through the bank like that and get them. It's a little bit more time consuming, but the search is a thrill because nobody's going to make in order to do this, you'd have to be going through, 10,000 or more dollars of pretty much every couple of days. Because I go through 500 whenever I go through this, and I'm not even coming close. I found maybe 15 notes that I can actually sell for something online, maybe 20, but not enough to make a significant dent in my finances anywhere. Just enough to help me buy something else that I buy more collectibles or more stuff to show off on here. But that's pretty much it. Collect what you like. Spend your money wisely. And whenever it comes to fancy serial numbers, unless you're actually seriously collecting them and you're into it, don't pay money for any of this stuff. Like I said, five of a kind where all the digits are together. That's kind of your entry level on something worth paying money for. And then web notes, bar notes, that kind of stuff. But still, you really want to get a book. And oh god, what? I gotta. Sorry about that. I'll wait until I'm close to the mic again. I actually got a couple of books before I buy anything. I'm actually going through and looking to see what they say they're worth because, like I said, that 1995, and these don't have fancy serial numbers because they're kind of a niche thing, and I don't think there's a book written by an industry leader. There's somebody who pushes the stuff on eBay that's written some books on them, but I don't know how accurate those things would be. Because their only market for it is really truly if you're outside of the ones that are like seven of a kind or the more expensive ones, you aren't going to find a whole bunch of those at the prominent auctions. But like these 295 notes, we got an I and a J 95 series, and these are Fort Worth ones. I and uncirculated is worth $2 to $3, and J again uncirculated $2 to $3. So you can't. These aren't going to be worth a whole lot. I just save them because worst case, I can go sell them. Or there's still $1. I can go spend them. So worst case is a savings account for me in my apartment, and since it's all in ones, I'm not going to go out and make big payments or something like that. But they're in my apartment, so if I need to, I can take them in the bank, put them in my account, and pay for something if I need to real quick. So, like I said, have fun with it. Collect what you enjoy, and don't overpay for stuff. A lot of ways out there to overpay for stuff. That's usually what I do is overpay for stuff, but try not to do that. And so please like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. And good luck in your searches.